Oh, what the heck?
Reincarnated, I was stargazing. Life goes on, honey, and all my babies. Woke up looking for the broccoli. High key, keep a horn on me, that come my seat. I peep, ownership, the blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off at my feet.
What's the password?
I see dead people.
You late.
Hey, mustard on the beat, ho, depot, any rap nigga here. Dope man, damn, call like Amber Lambs. Tell him breathe, bro, Nella nigga.
Okay, I can't. I can't. Hey, y'all, what's up? It's me. It is Everything Fresh and Sassy. How are you? I hope all is well with you. I do, mind, body, spirit, and in health. It has been a minute. It has been a bit of a time since I have been here live or any other way. I debated on whether I was going to come live or just do a video and post it. And I said, well, I'll do a live. Hey, I know I have fallen way back behind in the algorithm because I haven't posted in like, what? Let me check. I think it's been like 2 months since I've posted a video. Let's see. Hold on. I haven't used my computer in about 3 months, so it's running slow. It's trying to update things, and hold on. Here we go. When was the last time I posted a video? It's not showing me my channel. And then I can't type. Okay, here we go. The last time I posted a video was 2 months ago. And that was the who was elected president for 2025. I think that was the last video I posted. And then I want to go here, turn this down, because I want to be able to see what you all can see and make sure that I'm coming in clear. I say, am I coming in clear? Anyway, I enjoyed last night's halftime Super Bowl performance with Kendrick Lamar. The guy, hands down, best rapper out there right now. I just, I'm the beefing thing. I'm not down with that. I don't want anything that's being divisive, but I think it's kind of I want to say it's kind of a fun banter back and forth, but it's not fun because it's serious. It's really serious. The accusations and the back end is serious, and people have been Anyway, I'm going to leave that part alone. But anyway, I enjoyed the halftime show. The shade was real. I mean, from the small A, the A minors. You messing with minors? Okay. All right. You got to listen. You got to be able to keep up, when certain rappers do their thing, because they say things and it could take on a double meaning and you might miss the meaning. But anyway, I really enjoyed that. And then I think the cake was really taken when Serena showed up on set, because, Serena used to be Drake's girlfriend at one time. They were seeing each other. So I just enjoyed the show. I did. And I mean, the synchronicity of the dancers. I mean, I have seen marching bands. And if y'all aren't in tune with the music, if the people that are performing at the show are not in tune with the music, I mean, if they can't keep a beat, if they can't keep up with the music, you can't stay in step. And if you watch that performance, everyone was in step, everyone was spaced exactly, where they were supposed to be spaced. Nobody was too close at one point or nobody was too far. I mean, the synchronicity, it was off the chain. Okay, I knew this was going to happen. It's hot up here. But, I said I was going to stay up here. I was going to do this video, and I'm going to do it. So, but anyway, and I'm trying to use this fan, and I'm struggling with this hand. I'm going to see if I can use my left hand. The struggle is real. It's real. So anyway, I said I'd come here and do a video just to check in and say, hi, sawubona mngani. Because like I said, I haven't been here for a minute. Life been lifing, but it's been good. It has been great. It has been wonderful. We have been so blessed. So blessed. You got to be careful what you ask for, because Yahweh will give it to you. And what he gave us, we needed it. We really needed it. But, the trial, it can really take you through the rigors, but we needed it. And it was such a blessing to get it. And sometimes, the way we get the things that we ask for, the road may be rough, but if you value the lessons that this life has to give us, those are your blessings. And I've said that over and over again. When we realize that our lessons are our blessings and not material things, the houses, the cars, the clothes, the shoes, the vacations, the this, the that, the material things, once we realize those things are just things. But what's important in this life are the lessons that we learn that we can apply to maneuver this gift called life. When we learn to apply the lessons that we have learned to take care of this gift, this temple, those are our blessings, not the material things. Our blessings are the lessons that we use to navigate this gift of life, that we use to take care of this temple. So once we can master those things and apply them where they're applicable, those are our blessings. So that's my perspective anyway. So anyway, like I said, life been lifing. 2 weeks before we went to Aruba, life started lifing, and I'm telling you, it has been blessing after blessing after blessing. But sometimes it didn't feel like it. It's been a lot, but I don't want to talk about a few of those things right now at this time. I want to share those things at another time. And I always say, I'm going to talk about that at another time. and then I never talk about what it is I'm saying I'm going to talk, what I say I'm going to talk about. But I am going to come back because there's two things that I do want to talk about. But Yahweh has been blessing us at every turn, even in the midst of what didn't seem to be like a blessing. It really turned out to be a blessing. It turned out to be everything that I asked for. And then on top of that, there was a silver lining in that cloud. Truly, there was. So, it's testimony after testimony after testimony, and I want to be able to share those things with you at the appropriate time because one thing that I want to share with you all, it's really not my testimony, although I was a part of it, but I just want to wait. I just want to wait because this one thing that happened, we are still processing what we went through, and we're all doing well. We are all doing very well. We're healthy. We're fine. We're improving some things. So, and I'm just so proud. I'm so happy for members of my family. It has just been really, really great. I can tell you that my husband has lost almost 100 pounds. And I can tell you this much. I prayed because, I've been after my husband for a long time to make some changes. And you know how men are. They are stubborn. They're very stubborn people. And, I all I got was push back and lip. I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to do it when I'm ready. I'm going to do it my... Okay. And so I can't keep arguing. I can't. So all I had to do was turn it over to Yahweh and say, listen, Yahweh, this is for you. It's all yours. But this particular situation right here, I have to give it to you, Yahweh, because I can't keep getting upset. I can't keep talking. And so I prayed and I said, listen, Yahweh, I need him to be healthy. I need him to be here with me. I want to be here with him. And I need your help on this one. So Yahweh rendered his assistance in this one. And while it was uncomfortable, very, very, very uncomfortable, and I'm just going to leave it at that, but I will say this, we are all well, whole, and safe. But it was a refining. It was a burning. Yahweh will burn that butt when you don't do what you're supposed to be doing. And right now, hubby is doing everything he's supposed to do. Everything. Well, I'm going to leave that there because he's doing everything he's supposed to do. He's doing everything that I had been asking him to do. And I'm very proud of him. And like I said, he has almost lost 100 pounds. And, I can say I'm a testimony that you don't have to exercise to lose weight. Because the weight that he's lost, it's just come off. And I made a decision not to bring certain foods into the house. I don't bring in anything made with flour. If it's made with flour, it doesn't come in the house. So if it's cakes, pies, cookies, breads, pasta, I don't bring it in the house. If it contains any type of sweetener, sugar, honey, agave, monk fruit, erythritol, any sweetener you can think of, it's not here. It's not here. Now, I did break down and buy him some monk fruit because he wanted some tea. He wanted some tea and he wanted some sugar in it. He wanted his tea to be sweet. So I did break down and buy him some monk fruit. And he went through those two, the bags were about that big. And he went through those 2 bags in about between him and my daughter, they went through those 2 little bags in about 2 months. I said, that's it. I'm not buying you anymore. Okay, because those artificial sweeteners, those sugar alcohols, they're not good. They're not good for us. And I'm sure in another 4 or 5 years, they're going to start talking about, the side effects people were having or are having as a result of consuming those types of things. So he got cut off. He got cut off. And he's really good about asking me, can I have this? Can I have that? And I'm like, nope, you can't have that. We'll find something else. So when he wants something that he can't have, I try to find him at least 2 or 3 replacements. So, he is satiated. But he's not struggling. He's doing very well. The amount of food he eats, he only eats once a day. And that was going on even before this whole issue happened back in November. He's been doing 1 meal a day for about a year. But he was still eating breads and pasta and white potatoes and things that were high carbohydrates. He was still eating those kinds of things. But then once we cut those things out, in the last, starting from December 1st up until now, which is February, today's the 10th. So December 1st, January 1st, February 1st. In 2 months, he has lost 37 pounds and still losing. And he doesn't do a lot of exercise. He's moving, but he's not doing, 45 minutes, He'll do his little 20-minute workout, and go about his day. But we're both a testament that you don't have to exercise to lose weight. Matter of fact, I did a video and it was called Stop Exercising. I think it was called Stop Exercising to Lose Weight, or Exercising to Lose Weight is a Waste of Time, or something like that. The reasons why you should be exercising: Yahweh, someone needs you. Help them, heal them, comfort and protect them in Yeshua HaMashiach's matchless and mighty name. Yahweh, please help them. The reasons why I believe we should exercise is so that we build up our endurance and cardio, so that we get a good night's sleep, so that we keep cortisol levels low, so that we exercise our heart muscle and keep our heart muscle strong. I think I said endurance and cardio, to make sure we have a good bowel movement every day, at least once a day. You should have a good bowel movement every morning. And mine is like clockwork. It was like that pretty much when I was vegan as well. But I was going a lot more often during the day. I'd go maybe 2 or 3 times a day. But now I get up, wash my face, I get up, I meet my maker, I go to the restroom, take care of myself, brush my teeth, my hair, I put my clothes on, I go downstairs, and I meet with my maker. And at that time, I pray from anywhere to 30 minutes to maybe an hour and a half. And the entire time I'm praying, I'm either walking the kitchen or running the kitchen. Jogging. I'll say jogging, not really running. But my speed has gotten up to 5.1 miles an hour. And I have gotten up to 5 miles before 9 a.m. or by 9 a.m. So I'm pretty happy and excited about that. But that's my routine every morning, every day. In the last year, or let's just say in the last 365 days, I have probably missed my morning walk maybe 4 times, maybe. And that might have been because, my schedule collided with something else and I didn't have time to get my walk in before it was time for me to leave the house. Because that's the first thing I do. If I don't pray and talk to Yahweh, I don't feel like my day is going to go right. I don't feel right. you know? So that's important to me. And see, that time that I spend with Yahweh, that's where I just, I give it all to him. I give thanks. First of all, I I give thanks. I ask for forgiveness. I give thanks for all things, everything. You know, I'll bring things up that I'm giving thanks for. And then I ask for his blessings. Um, and then I intercede for other people, other nations. And then I ask for his continued covering, peace, and protection. And I thank him again. And then that takes me anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour to maybe an hour and a half. It just depends on, what and then I'll talk to him about what I got going on, what I'm concerned about, what's got me mad, what's got me frustrated, what's got me angry, what has me broken, what has me sad. I'll talk to him about all these things. And you know what? I think that's why I'm not on social media as much as I used to be, because I just feel so much more comfortable just taking all of my cares and just giving it all to Yahweh. And I mean, I give it all to him, because I know when I get up in the morning, he like, oh Lord, here come this child again. Here she come again. Every day. She don't miss it. Here she come. Here she come. And I know the devil be saying the same thing. And listen, let me tell you about this devil. Okay? He don't mess with me like that. He doesn't bother me like that. I don't have interferences from him like that. There are days when I wake up and yes, I feel like, dang, I don't want to go down there today. There are days when I feel like that. And it's because either I'm sad, I'm mad, I feel like I'm broken, or I might not be feeling well. And I'll get up and I'll go through my routine, go to the restroom, wash my face, wash my teeth, brush my hair, put my clothes on, go downstairs, open up the house, and then I pray. And I'm telling you, it is like clockwork. All I got to do is call on Yahweh's name. All I got to do is tell him what I need. And I got it. There are times when I don't feel well, I'm feeling off, and I'm going to talk about that too. There are times when I don't feel well and I feel off, and I'm telling you, it's like a whisper. And I don't know when it's coming. I don't know when it's going to happen. I can say, Yahweh, you know what? I don't feel right today. I'm feeling off. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling that. And please, Yahweh, heal me. Whatever it is, fix it. Heal me, Yahweh, in the matchless and mighty name of Yeshua HaMashiach. And I'll go on about whatever it is I got to do. And then maybe an hour or two later, I'm like, I was just feeling bad, but now I don't. I was just experiencing this, and now I'm not. When did he come in and, you understand what I'm saying? And it's like he comes in like a whisper, and everything's okay. It's scary. But I have to tell you, Yahweh has given us so much. I don't even like to ask for anything because he's already given so much. I don't even like to ask. But there are times when I do ask and it's like a whisper when he comes in and comes through and just makes everything all right. And so on those days when I'm feeling like, oh, I'm too broken, I'm too mad, I'm too hurt, I'm too sad, I'm too this, I'm too that. All I got to do is just go down there and just call on his name and everything is okay. All I got to do is go down there and just give it all to him and tell him what I'm going through. And he makes it all right. He makes it all right. He really does. So I'm grateful that I have that type of relationship with Yahweh where I know if something's bothering me, if something's hurting me, if something's worrying me, all I got to do is just go to him and give it to him. I don't want to come to social media anymore and just spill my guts, and I don't want to do that. That's not for me. That's not for me. So I'm just grateful that I have the relationship that I do with Yahweh, and that I feel comfortable, because before I didn't feel comfortable talking to Yahweh like that. I was like, who are you talking to? But I'm comfortable in the relationship that I have with Yahweh. And I'm comfortable with the fact that I can go to him, give it to him, leave it there, and know it's going to be all right. Now, there are some instances where, I've wanted some things and I haven't gotten some of the things that I've asked for. But you know what? I have to remember that I'm still a work in progress. I am the perpetual student, and I'm always learning. And so sometimes there's a lesson that I might need to show the work in before Yahweh can advance me to the next thing. And then sometimes it's not always me he's working on. He might be working on somebody else, that's involved in the situation. So I got to let that be. So, and I'm comfortable with that. I understand that. So anyway, Yahweh is good. All the time. All the time. So, life has been lifing, and it's been all good. I don't even know if I want to tell y'all this, but I'm going to tell you anyway, because I can look back at it and it's okay. But 2 weeks before we left to go to Aruba, our car was stolen right out the driveway. We had been back from the store, my daughter and I, for about 2 hours, and we had cooked dinner and put dinner on the table, and we're sitting down to eat. My husband and my daughter always say I got ears like a hawk, because I be hearing stuff. So I heard something. I was like, what was that? So I pick up the phone and I'm looking at the cameras, and I'm like, why are my tail lights on my car? And I'm looking at my phone, looking at the camera, and hold on 1 second. I'm looking at the phone, I'm looking at the camera, and then my car is pulling out the driveway. I'm like, why's my car leaving? I'm like, everybody that's able to drive this car is sitting at this table. Why is the car moving out the driveway? So I said to my husband and daughter, someone's stealing our car. It wasn't funny. It was not funny at that moment. It was not funny. It was very serious. And so we ran to the front of the house, and the car is going down the street. So reflex, you call 911. So we get 911 on the phone, and they ask us for the year, make, model, and color. And within 2 minutes, the police are here at the house. It was a Nigerian male officer and a female sister officer that showed up. And again, they asked us, year, make, model, and color, and tag number. And they asked us a few more questions. And so the female officer gets ready to walk out the door, and I'm really upset. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, where are you going? My car, I need you here. I don't want you to leave. I need you here. And so the Nigerian officer says she's going to case the neighborhood and just, surveil the neighborhood. So I said, okay. So she leaves out the door. A minute after she left out the door, 5 police cars zoomed past our house. And I'm like, I wonder, are they going in regard to the car? That was 1 minute after she walked out the door. Now, my car was stolen when I looked at the camera, and my car was pulling out the driveway. It was 8:41 p.m. When we heard the sirens go by, it was 8:59 p.m. Almost 20 minutes from when the car was taken. And the officer is, and then the officer embarrassed me in front of my family, because I'm like, how y'all gonna find my car? Everybody got a car like mine. There's nothing best special about my car. I'm like, everybody drives that car. And the officer says to me, ma'am, we will have your car before morning. I'm like, how are you gonna have my car before morning? Do you know how many cars on the road are like mine? He's like, ma'am, we will have your car by morning. Calm down. So I just kept saying, well, I don't understand. How are you going to find my car? And he didn't want to really say a whole lot, I guess. But I'm like, how are you going to find my car? And then he said it. He said, ma'am, do you not have trust in Jesus? Why you have to embarrass me in front of my family like that? Why you say that? I mean, the way I was acting, it was like you'd have thought I didn't have any insurance on the car. Like I didn't have a Yahweh or a Yeshua HaMashiach in my life. You know, I just couldn't believe how I was acting. I mean, I wasn't falling down, snotting and crying, but I mean, I should have just crossed my legs and sat down and crossed my legs and been like, okay, well, y'all call me when you find it, if you find it, whatever. You know, we got insurance on the car. What's the problem? It can be replaced. Why are you acting like this? Why are you cutting up? So anyway, like I said, she left the house, and at 8:59, all those police cars rode by. Who is that? Is that who I think it is? Yes, it is. Was going to bed and turning off everything. So glad to see you. Jesus is real, and he is for us. Amen. Hey sis, how you doing? I'm missing you, but listen, honey, I know you was making videos, but as I said, life be lifing, and things, you know, you just do what you can do when you can do it. And I'm grateful to see you, whether you're here on one of my lives or you show up on one of my replays, or whether you're doing your own thing. I'm just glad to see you. You have been here to support me since forever, and I truly do appreciate you. I really do, Miss Stop, Drop, and Roll On. I really appreciate you. I appreciate the person you are. And like I've always said, when I need some normal in my life, I go to your videos, even the old videos. Well, I don't want to say old videos, but the videos that you've had up for a while, you know, because sometimes we all got to take a break. And so when there's nothing new to watch, I go back and replay the old ones, you know, because you bring that normalcy, because there's so much foolishness. There's so much degradation out here on this platform and so many other platforms. It's like, why am I even visiting YouTube? Why, you know, and I don't know how people even have time to be on this platform, that platform, this platform, that. I don't even know how people have that kind of time. I don't. I really don't. And then what you see on those platforms, you know, it's anyway. I'm glad to see you, Miss Stop, Drop, and Roll On, and thank you. But yeah, so the car got taken at 8:41. 8:59, we heard all these police cars go by. 9:01, we got a phone call from the female officer that left and said, we have the car. So in like 20, 21 minutes, something like that, the car had been retrieved. Now, I will say this. If you have a car, a new car or whatever, and you are not familiar with the bells and whistles, make yourself familiar with the bells and whistles. If you have the capability to shut down your car if you suspect it's been stolen, please learn how to do that. I didn't know. That's a good feature to have. And if you've got it, you should take advantage of it. Now, I don't know how they went about accosting this person, but he didn't want to share with me what they were doing. He just kept saying, we'll have your car by morning. Stop getting upset. Chill out, you know. But my car was about 2 blocks away, unscathed. The person tried to get into the console and didn't know how to open the console. So the console button got broken. It's just a little, a little piece of plastic, and you just press it, and that piece that you press got broken. That was it. And, we did that young man a favor, and I hope he appreciated it, because it could have been more than what it was. But I realize people make mistakes, people do things and instantly regret them. But I hope he appreciated that. But it's a little bit more to the story, but I can't go into that. I sometimes, I get very quiet. And when I say I get very quiet, I'm not here on the platform. And it's because I got things going on. I got things that I'm taking care of, home life in the background. And when I get quiet, I'm most likely just observing. I'm just observing, taking note, because we can all get quiet. We can all get quiet. And I just take note and observe and just, build from what I'm observing. I listen and I watch. So anyway, I can't go any further than that, but we did get the car back. And then on top of that, with the console button, got broke off, and there was something with the seat that wasn't right. I forget what it was. The guy at the car dealer told me. He was like, oh, yeah, and that's broken too. You need to tell your insurance about that. They'll pay for it and blah, blah, blah. He was just trying to rack up some charges, on my account to get these things fixed, by saying, well, your insurance will take care of this and that. Oh, yeah, and that need to be fixed and this need to be fixed. That's not supposed to be like that. And so I was going to report it, and I was like, you know what? My car is running. My car is fine. It's not damaged other than this little 2-inch button, that's, and I can still open and close it and secure it. I didn't report it to my insurance. So what did my insurance do? For those of you that know where I live in Baltimore City. Our insurance went from $2 something a month to $4 something a month when we moved here. I was going to report the car being taken, and then I didn't report it. Because, for what? And I figured if I did report it, my insurance would go up. Well, why did we get a letter in the mail 2 weeks ago stating that our insurance rate had dropped $135? Since we've had insurance, our insurance has never, well, one other time our insurance did drop, but it was like $50. But our insurance has gone down $135. That was a blessing. That's money that I can use to do some things that I need to get done around here, So, in that moment, it didn't feel good, but when it was all said and done and we were able to look back at it, it was okay. It was all right. Everybody was safe. No one was hurt. We got our property back. And like I said, I hope that young man appreciates what we did for him. Like I said, people make mistakes for whatever reason. So there you go. That's that. There's this testimony, because this thing I want to tell you about, I can't tell you because it's not really all of my testimony. It really wasn't just me. And And I mean, it has been testimony after testimony after testimony after testimony after testimony after testimony over the last 2 months. I'm telling you. And part of the testimony, as I said before, was my husband has almost lost 100 pounds. And he's still losing weight. He's still losing weight. And he's not exercising like he should be, but he's making an effort and he is exercising. But it's all in the diet. I've increased his fat. We eat a little bit more meat. And like I said, if it contains sugar, we don't buy it. If it's made with flour, we don't bring it in the house. Anything made with flour, we don't eat. Cakes, pies, cookies, none of that. Pastas, none of that. We don't do white potatoes. What else don't we do? We don't do any type of sweetener. Not stevia, agave, none of it. We do no sweeteners whatsoever. But then, like I said, I did buy some monk fruit for them, and they went through it too fast. And so I didn't buy any more. So, but nobody's complaining. Nobody's complaining. And my daughter has lost 27 pounds. When what happened to my husband happened, I was like, you're going to go get your A1C checked. I was talking to my daughter. And it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. But it was enough that she wanted to make a change. When she saw her A1C and she understood, and I explained it to her what that meant, I think she really got scared. I really think she got scared, you know, because I told her, you know, you could end up getting stuff cut off. Do you want to have to stick a needle in your stomach 3 times a day? Oh, wait, hold on. Amen. Blessings and blessings. Ha ha. My prayer, Sassy, you and your fella have been on the, have been on the list. Thank you. And you have been too. You have been too. Thank you so much. Thank you. But yeah, it's just been blessing after blessing after blessing. And it was funny because my husband came downstairs a couple of weeks ago. I was in the kitchen cooking dinner. And he walked past me he walked to me to give me my kiss for the evening because he was coming downstairs from the office. And he went to walk past me and his pants hit the floor. I was like, wait a minute. What we gonna do? What's happening? Now? You know? Oh boy, that was so funny. So we got to get the man some new clothes because what he got, I mean, everything is just hanging off of him. He looked like everything is just falling off of him. Everything is falling off of him. And I'm watching him come downstairs in the kitchen and getting screwdrivers to punch holes in his belt because he got to put a belt or a rope around everything he has now. And he's putting extra holes in the belt because the belts are too big and the pants are too big and everything's falling off of him and hanging off of him. So we had to go get him some new clothes. I don't even know what size he wears now. But he's doing really well. And what I want to say is this. I think I can say this without saying a whole lot because I want people to be safe out here. Because right now it's a whole lot of us, we not safe. We're not safe. A lot of us out here are not safe. And I want to tell you this. I'm grateful because I used to be very angry about having been on that vegan diet. And I had no one to blame but myself because I didn't do enough research. When I was on that vegan diet, I had tunnel vision, and all I wanted to know was what was the next vegan recipe? What was the next vegan food that I was going to put together? You know, what was the next benefit that I could tout about being vegan, right? That's all I wanted to know. And I would see things on the internet, on YouTube, talking about, you know, the pitfalls of being vegan. And I was like, I don't want to see it. La, 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 la. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to know. Ah, la, 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 la. And I had very dear, sweet, loving people, thank you, Miss Stop, Drop, and Roll On, who were trying to give me the most subtle, the most gentle, the most kindest inklings that the vegan diet was not going to be beneficial for me. It was not going to be sustainable for me. And Miss Stop, Drop, and Roll On, she's so her level of diplomacy is admirable. And she tried to tell me. She tried to tell me. She tried to tell me. And a few other people tried to tell me too, you know. Do you think it's that vegan diet that's got you feeling so sick? No, girl, today for breakfast, I had some potatoes, I had beets, I had collard greens, I had Brussels sprouts, and I had some quinoa. 5 things. So I ate well today. So no, girl, I'm feeling good. And then, you know, ready to fall out and faint, and all these deficiencies, one right after the other, lining up, trying to take me out. But I was so angry about having been on that diet. But I had no one to blame but myself. I did not do the research. I did not properly inform myself, because with everything, there's a yin and a yang. There's a positive and a negative. There's a good and a bad with everything. Everything. And what I also learned is that we don't have to go through such extremes to try and get healthy. What I also learned is that you cannot supplement yourself to good health. And that's what a lot of people end up trying to do. Or, wait a minute, let me take that back. Let me take that back. I didn't say that. What I tried to do, I tried to supplement myself back to health, because I was unhealthy. I was malnourished. I had a number of deficiencies, and it kept me from losing weight. But once I fixed my deficiencies with the food that I was eating, and not so much with the supplements that I needed to take, the weight just started coming off. I really didn't have to exercise, but I did. I did. So I learned so much on that vegan diet. And because I learned so much, I can't be mad about being on that vegan diet. That vegan diet saved my life. That vegan diet saved my husband's life, my daughter, my son. And anybody who wanted to listen to what I had to say, okay? I learned so much about nutrition, vitamins, minerals. I learned so much about our food system, how our foods are processed and brought to our stores for us to consume and purchase, for us to purchase and consume. I learned so much, and I learned so much that would help me and prepare me for a time such as this, because something happened in November. And like I said, I can't go into a lot of detail because we're all still processing what happened. It was serious. It was very serious. But I can tell you, no one had a heart attack. Nobody had a stroke, nothing like that. But it was enough that a family member had to be in the hospital almost 2 weeks. Okay. But anyway, the things that I learned on that vegan diet about what deficiencies will do to you. Vitamin D will raise your deficiency in vitamin D will raise your blood pressure, will make you short of breath, will cause a myriad of symptoms if you're short on vitamin D. If you're watching this video, do yourself and your family a favor and research the symptoms of vitamin D deficiency and how to correct it. please, because it could mean your life. Please check and see what a deficiency in iron will do to you. What are the symptoms of an iron deficiency? A iron deficiency can cause you to have a stroke because you don't have enough oxygenated blood in your body getting to your brain. You could have a stroke if you do not check and correct anemia. You could have a stroke if you are iron deficient. If you suffer with pernicious anemia. Pernicious, I believe, means that you're taking iron, but it's not being absorbed by the body. But when your brain does not get enough oxygenated blood, you could have a stroke. Your blood pressure could go up. You'll be short of breath. I'm trying to tell you what I want to say without saying too much, because I feel like that's not my story to tell. That's not my testimony to tell. And if and when that person's ready to tell it, they can tell it. But I want to tell you all because people are leaving here unnecessarily. People are leaving here because of heart attacks, and mostly it seems like stroke. There's a young man here on the YouTube. His name is Trucker Brown. He had a stroke about 2 weeks ago. He's not even 40. He's not even 40 years old. When I was a child, I knew two people who had had a stroke. One was my grandfather, who I never met. I just heard that he had a stroke. And the other one was a neighbor that lived a couple of blocks north of us who had a stroke. And I would see him every morning taking his walk. And I remember his arm swinging. And I was just a little kid. I didn't know. And I was like, Daddy, why is his arm swinging like that? And he said he had a stroke. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know what a stroke was, but he told me he had a stroke. Every week, I'm hearing about someone having a stroke. Who is the rapper that just passed away from a stroke 2 days ago? Jamie Foxx, I think, had a stroke. Albie Shore, I'm not sure. I think he has something going on with his liver, or he may have had a stroke. You know, these things that you would not expect these young folks to be having going on. So, you know, there's something definitely going on, and I can't go into it. You know, if you know, you know. If you don't, then go find out. But I learned so much on that vegan diet, and I'm so grateful for what I learned, because it prepared me for a time such as this. And I want to tell you this: learn the symptoms of an iron deficiency. Learn the symptoms. Learn the symptoms of a vitamin D deficiency. Know your A1C number, because so many people are becoming diabetic and they don't even know it. They think, well, I'm not drinking sodas anymore, but just about everything else that you're buying in the grocery store or at the fast food contains unreasonably high levels of sugar. And for the longest time, they've been telling us it's the sodium. Oh, you got to cut back on the salt. You got to cut back on the salt. Stop the salt. That's too much salt. Don't eat so much salt. And it's not the salt. It's the sugar. So know the symptoms of high A1C. So how are you going to know these things? Well, first of all, look up the symptoms. Second of all, call your doctor and ask them, let them know that you would like to get your vitamin D, your iron, cholesterol, A1C, cortisol if you want to throw that in there, Your creatinine. Creatinine is telling you what your EGFR, your kidney function is. If you have any type of kidney disease going on. A lot of people got kidney disease going on. They don't even know it. They don't even know it. But these are the things that I want you to get tested. Your A1C, let me write this. No. A1C, this will tell you if you're diabetic or not. Your vitamin D should be between 33 and 77 nanograms of vitamin D per every milliliter of blood in your body. Your iron should be, I think, over 36. What else? And there's 5 things that they test under your iron. They test your iron saturation, your MCH, your MCHC, and TIBC. 5 components, okay, under your iron. Cholesterol, you need to know that. Sodium's good to know. Potassium's good to know. And potassium should fall under a kidney panel. But all these things you need to know. You need to know. Most importantly, when you get these labs done, don't wait for your doctor to call you and give you your lab results. Because we had a doctor tell us, I asked the doctor, I said, please, could you check my husband's iron? He said, oh, we've already checked his iron. I said, you did? He said, yeah, we've already checked his iron. His iron's fine. I said, no. I said, you all just did a CBC, which is a basic blood count, okay? And under the basic blood count, they don't test for iron. That's under a separate test that has to be requested. I said, so please, could you check his iron? Oh, okay, well, we could check his iron, but we won't have the result for 2 to 3 days. Could you please order it stat? Okay, well, we can order it stat. We had to wait 5 hours to get the test results back. Stat means I need these results in 5 minutes or less. We had to wait 5 hours. They tested my husband's iron after they lied and said that they had tested it and that it was fine. They tested his iron and said, they tested his iron and they said nothing to us. But then they gave him a pill of 325 milligrams of iron. Didn't even tell us what the results were. Didn't have a conversation with us about the lab result. They just gave him a pill. Okay. So the next thing I said, well, since we tested the iron, could we test the vitamin D also? Well, you can ask your primary care doctor for that. But I'm asking you. They tested his vitamin D. Now, his iron was only 21. It's supposed to be 36. His iron was 21. Critically low was what it said on the report. Critically low. But they told me they had tested it and it was normal. This is why I say you have got to take charge. You have got to be responsible for your own health and well-being and stop looking for these people to look out for you and do right for you and do right by you and give you the truth about what's going on with you. Because the sicker you are, the sicker you remain, the longer you stay sick, the more for them. So when the iron came back at 21, it's supposed to have been 36. When it came back at 21 and it said critically low, I then asked for a vitamin D test. Oh, you can ask your family doctor for that test. But I'm asking you, please, could you check his vitamin D? As I said, normal is between 33 and 77. They did the test. It came back. His vitamin D was only 12. I then said to the doctor, could you check his A1C? I said, because I'm looking at his feet and ankles, and they're red and kind of purple. And I said, look at the back of his knuckles. He looks like he's been walking on the concrete on his knuckles. They were dry, white, and cracked. Okay, I think we're okay. I think we're okay. I'm back. I had to go out and come back in. Let me check over here. Oh, it's still buffering there. Okay, am I back? I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Okay. So anyway, I'm not sure where it ended at. Okay, it keeps stopping. I'm not sure where it ended at, but anyway, we found out that my husband was deficient in vitamin D, in iron. He was, and then I asked for an A1C test, and the doctor laughed at me because I said his knuckles are white and his ankles are red and purple. I said, I think that might be some diabetes going on. And he laughs at me and he says, I've never heard of that before, someone's knuckles being white and they think they've got diabetes. I said, would you test the A1C? And he wouldn't do it. So when we went to the doctor 2 or 3 days later, to my husband's primary care doctor, I asked for the A1C test, and he didn't want to do it. Now, this doctor hadn't seen my husband in 2 years, and I'm like, you would want to know, what's going on in my husband's blood. You haven't seen him in 2 years. Why can't we get the test done? Oh, well, he's got a lot going on right now. I want to wait till things settle down, and once things kind of settle down, then, we'll go ahead and get that done. I said, well, part of his healing and healthcare for us is us knowing what he's got going on so that we can address those things as well. Because, see, we can treat a symptom all we want, but if you don't treat what's causing the symptom, things are just going to progressively get worse. For instance, say you've got high blood pressure, right? I believe, and I could be wrong, but I believe high blood pressure is a result of something going awry, something being amiss in the body. Something's wrong with your kidneys, something's wrong with your glucose, you've got diabetes, you've got some type of kidney issue, you've got a heart issue, something's going on with your organs or your hormones, something is off. And I believe that the blood pressure is signaling us that something is wrong. So I don't mind taking the blood pressure medication to safeguard while we figure out what's causing the blood pressure in the first place. But it's their intent to just treat the blood pressure, treat, come back every 30 days and get another 30-day supply, come back in another 30 days and get another cha-ching, 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 instead of treating the problem. And then eventually, I believe that the problem is what consumes people and not the hypertension. So I feel like when your blood pressure is high, something's going on. I remember when I used to have migraine headaches all the time, and every time I would have a migraine, my blood pressure would be really high. And they would always tell me, well, your blood pressure is just high because you're in pain. Okay, so that makes sense. You've given me a reason why my blood pressure is high, because I'm in pain. That makes sense. When the headache went away, my blood pressure went down. If you've got a vitamin D deficiency, that'll make your blood pressure go up. Treat the vitamin D deficiency, and it's possible, I said it's possible, that your blood pressure could return to normal. You have high blood pressure, but you've got an iron deficiency. You correct the iron deficiency, and the blood pressure comes back down to normal. But just imagine having 3 things going on, because I asked when the other doctor wouldn't test my husband's A1C, And I asked the other doctor to test it. He's like, oh, well, he's got a lot going on right now. Let's just wait for things to settle down and we'll test it in, in another month or so. I said, no, our part of our health care for us is knowing what's going on and letting us know if we're headed in the right direction with the way that we're eating, the way that we're exercising. Are we doing the right things? Is this working? Is this not working? Is this too much? Is this not enough? It kind of gives us a gauge. So please, I will ask you again, because they didn't want to test it when we asked the other doctor. They said we could get it tested when we see the primary care. So now we're here with the primary care and we're asking you to please test it. The next thing is, oh, well, those tests are very expensive. Well, I appreciate you looking out for my pocket, but I don't want you looking out for my pocket. It's not your business. I didn't say that, but that's what I wanted to say. But I did say to him, I appreciate you looking out for our pocket, and this is not the first time I've had to tell a doctor that, They're telling me, oh, well, the test is expensive. So he said, well, the test is expensive. I said, that's okay. If I have to go out here and sell sweet potatoes by the freeway, okay, bake sweet potatoes by the freeway, I will do so. I will do so my husband can get what he needs. So he saw I was being persistent and very insistent. And so he wrote for the A1C to be tested. The test came back that my husband was diabetic. I said was. Things have since turned around. Thanks be to diet. Thanks be to Yahweh first and foremost. They tested his A1C and it was 6.5. Diabetic. Some of these doctors can be very, very discouraging. I had to ask 2 or 3 times to get that A1C test done. And when we get it back, we find out he's diabetic. After the doctor in the hospital laughed at me. And once we got the A1C down, that white ashy knuckle cleared up. That redness and purpleness in his legs and swelling cleared up. All these things cleared up when his A1C started coming down. And some of these doctors can be so disparaging in their bedside manner because he wanted to know how he had lost the weight, because he says, you've lost a lot of weight since the last time I saw you. But anyway, he says, you've lost a lot of weight. And he said, what are you doing? And I said, well, I've got him kind of sort of on keto. He says, I really don't care for keto. He says, because people who get on keto, they always gain the weight back. Why would you say something so disparaging to someone who you just sat here and said to them, you've lost a lot of weight. What did you do? Why would you say something so disparaging? It's this bedside manner that so many of these doctors are missing and lacking. And this isn't a young doctor. This doctor is probably the same age we are. I just turned 62 January 1st. My husband is 67. And this doctor is somewhere in that range. But I'm like, how could you just be so discouraging and tell my husband that, well, I don't like keto because, people always gain that weight back. But what he wanted to say and what he eventually said was, well, we've got this Ozempic. And the good thing about this Ozempic is that it not only was made for diabetes, but it helps people to lose weight. And on top of that, it helps with sleep apnea, which my husband has. The answer was no, and no thank you, and never. We're not doing that. For those people that want to do it, go right ahead. Those shots, those injections, those medications for weight loss are causing people a lot of serious health problems. From gallbladder issues to gallstones to all kinds of stuff. And here's the thing, in taking things like that, you will lose the weight, but you still haven't learned to eat. And because you haven't learned to eat, most likely you're going to put that weight back on again. Now that's an instance when people put the weight back on. One of Nicki Minaj's makeup artists, Beat Face Honey, Tatiana Ali. No, that's not her name. Tatiana Ward. Yeah, Tatiana Ward is her name. If that's not her name, just YouTube. I just called her name. The rapper's name. Just put in Beat Face Honey, and it'll pull up her YouTube channel. And she talks about being on one of these medications that you have to inject for weight loss. And she says she gained all of the weight back and then some. She thought she had developed gallstones. I think that's what she said. And they wanted to do surgery. And she got off the medication, gained the weight back, and then she got back on the medication again. It does something to your fertility. I think it makes you really fertile or something. I don't remember. There's a whole lot of things. And most of them are not beneficial to well-being and feeling good and being healthy. The first time I took a diet medication, I was about 14 years old, and it was something called Dexatrim. That stuff had me. And I don't like anything that makes me feel jittery. I don't like anything that makes my heart race. I don't like it. That's why I have never been able to really drink carbonated, I've not been really able to drink like caffeinated sodas. I got to the point where I couldn't even drink a Coke. A Sprite was all I could handle when it came to caffeine. But that was the first and the only time I ever took any type of diet pill medication. And I did not like that feeling. It felt like somebody was squeezing my heart. That was a bad feeling. I did not like that. And I was 14, and that was the impression I was left with when it came to weight loss drugs. And I felt that all of them would probably do the same thing. And if that's what I had to go through, no thank you. No thank you. So anyway, so we find out that my husband had low iron, low vitamin D. Both of those can cause shortness of breath. Both of those can cause an elevation in blood pressure. Low iron can cause a stroke. Low vitamin D, as I said, can cause high blood pressure. His A1C was 6.5, and that meant he was diabetic. So the doctor didn't offer him any medication for him being diabetic. We don't even know how long he had been diabetic, but being diabetic will also raise your blood pressure. So just imagine, you go to the hospital because your blood pressure is really high, and they give you medications, plural, okay, to treat the high blood pressure because the one didn't help, so they had to give you two. The two didn't help, so they had to give you three. So then they had to give you 4 different blood pressure medications. And just imagine, you're taking these 4 blood pressure medications, and you go home, and you have high A1C, meaning you're diabetic, you have low vitamin D, and you have low iron. You're treating the symptom, which is the high blood pressure, but you're not treating the root cause. Imagine going home that way and not treating the A1C, the high A1C, the diabetes. Imagine going home and not treating the vitamin D deficiency and the iron deficiency, and you're just taking these blood pressure medicines. Just imagine going home. What do you think is going to happen to you? Do you think you'll be here in a year or two? You think you'll be here in a month or two when you have not treated and addressed the deficiencies, the low iron, the low D, the high A1C? What do you think is going to happen? Oh, well, that person passed away because of complications with high blood pressure. It happens. Doesn't have to happen. And like I was saying, Trucker Brown, he's a young man. He's here on YouTube. Go to his channel. Trucker Brown had a stroke. Not even 40 years old. I've never heard of so many people having strokes in all my life. There's so many. And it has affected his speech. And I'm just so grateful, so thankful that he's got a wife who is really taking care of him. You know, she's trying to do everything right by him. And he's blessed to have her. This woman cares about him. And she is fully committed, 10 toes down, fully committed to making sure that he is healthy. He is eating well. She's very committed. So, but anyway, please get your lab work done. Ask for any and everything that you want. And I even had to show the doctor when we went back, because I like the lab that we go to because we're able to get our lab results within 24 to 48 hours. If we go before noon tomorrow, which is what? Tuesday, we'll have the lab results by noon Wednesday. Our lab is very quick. We don't have to wait for the doctor to call us to deliver us any information or any bad news. We can look at it and read it in our own time in the comfort and confines of our own home. And I like it that way because I've told this story many times before. I had a doctor's office call me one time because they wanted to do some lab work on me. And I had a doctor's office call me one time, and it was a Friday. It was 4:45 p.m. And I just missed the phone by one ring. And when I picked that phone up, they had hung the phone up. And they left me a message saying the doctor needs to talk to you about your lab results. And I'm thinking, oh, God, what is it? Oh, my God, they want to talk to me. What is that? So I immediately dialed the office back. Now, it's Friday, 4:45 p.m. That phone has already been turned over. Nobody's answering that phone. So I called the answering service and I said, listen, they just called. I missed the call by one call. They said the doctor needed to talk to me, and I cannot wait Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, worrying, anxious, and upset as to what's wrong. So they said, okay, we'll have the doctor call you. So the doctor called me right back. And I explained to her, I said, they called me and I missed the call by one ring. And it was 4:45 and you all had already turned the phones off. I can't wait the entire weekend. She said, okay, I understand. She said, let me pull over. She was in her car. She said, let me pull over. I'll open up my pad and I'll tell you what's going on. I had a vitamin B deficiency. And she said to me, it's a vitamin B deficiency. Just go pick up a B complex. I said, no, I don't roll like that. I said, can we order a B panel and figure out which one it is? And it was a vitamin B12 deficiency. My B12 had gone down to like 246, and you're supposed to be like over 400, but less than 900. And that was the other thing. I asked them to test my husband's B12. His B12 was 1,094. It was too high. So we just cut back on the red meat, and we did the test again in 30 days, and his B12 had gone down to 800, which was perfect. Anyway, so she gave me my results and told me, you know, it was just a matter of a B vitamin that was too low. And she said, go get a B complex. And I said, no, let's just order a test and find out which B vitamin it is. And I will get that one and take that. Now, that was when I was of the mindset that I don't want to take what I don't need. Because if you take too much, taking too much of a vitamin can be just as harmful and dangerous as not having enough of a vitamin. Taking too much can be just as dangerous as not having enough. So I wanted to know which B vitamin she was talking about. So we did the test. We got it done. It came back. It was the B12. I bought that. But then I've since learned that vitamins work together. One synthesizes the other. One helps the other. Like if you're taking, what is it? If you're taking vitamin D, you're supposed to be taking K2 and magnesium. If you're taking vitamin E, you're supposed to make sure it contains the tocotrienols. You know, you're supposed to, you know, all these things. So I've learned that it's best to really take a multivitamin, do it only for a 2-week period, and then stop for 2 weeks, get back on. But you have to kind of work with your doctor, because see, if you get off too soon, it'll go back down, and then you'll get back on, and it'll just keep going back down and never get to the level it really needs to be at. So you really have to work really closely with your doctor to monitor and see where you are, to try and get to where you need to be and maintain that number. And you have to figure out how you're going to finagle taking these supplements, because supplements are not something you're supposed to take 365 days out the year. You're supposed to take them until you get to normal, and then do a maintenance program where, like, maybe you take it 2 or 3 times a week, every other week, or you take it 2 or 3 times a week out of 1 month. I'm sorry, you take it twice. You take it 2 to 3 days out of the week for 1 week out of a month. So the first week of every month, you pick out 3 days and you'll take, you know, your supplements for those 3 days. You'll wait 30 days and then do it again. That's what I'm trying to say. I hope that made sense. But it's these vitamin deficiencies cause a lot of problems, and people just don't know. They don't know. But you need to know all of your numbers, from your cholesterol, your A1C, your fasting glucose, vitamin D, iron, your insulin, your cortisol, your inulin, your creatinine, your EGFR. Creatinine and EGFR is your kidney function, your hepatic function, which is your liver, your thyroid. Get all that stuff tested. Get it all tested. And go to a lab where you can sign into a patient portal and then review the results yourself. Don't leave it up to anybody to deliver you any bad information. I like my lab because my lab allows me to view my results from the comfort of my own home when I am ready to sit down and look at it and comprehend exactly what I'm looking at. And they give you a legend, so it's easy for you to read. It's nothing complicated. It's nothing difficult to read. It'll tell you what the normal is, what the low side of normal is, what the high side of normal is, and what the normal is. And then it'll tell you where you are. And it's so important for you to know your numbers. I can rattle off all of my numbers to you from the last lab results that I got. And you should know all of your numbers. You know, there used to be this commercial out saying, know your numbers. And that was for your blood pressure. Well, you should know your numbers for your A1C, your glucose, your sodium, your sugar, vitamin D, cortisol, everything. You should know your numbers. This is how we take care of ourselves. You know, if something's too high, you know something is going to be out of whack if you don't get it in check and if you don't fix it. If something's too low, something's going to be out of whack until you fix it. You know, and when you start having these weird and random symptoms and you're like, gee, I don't feel so good today, or this don't feel right, or something, it's most likely because of something that is not in sync, or up to par when it comes to our nutrition, minerals, and vitamins. So please, 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 go get your labs done. Call your doctor in the morning. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Your doctor's office is open. Call your doctor's office and ask them for basic CBC, and then ask for your A1C, cholesterol, liver function, kidney function, cortisol. Ask for all these things, especially if you've got insurance. Now, I got tired of asking the doctors for lab results, because see, when I get my lab results done and if something's off, I want to go back in 30 days and get it checked. Because I'm doing whatever I need to do to turn it around. I want to make sure that what I'm doing is in fact working. And if it's not, then maybe the doctor and I need to have a discussion about something else that we need to do. Or I need to step up, what I'm taking. I just need to know, am I moving in the right direction? So sometimes I want my labs done again in 30 days. And they're telling me it's too soon. It doesn't change that quickly. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. My husband's vitamin D changed very quickly. He went from 12 to 26 in the matter of 30 days. And they said it doesn't improve that quickly. They said it takes at least 3 months. It took my husband 30 days for us to get his vitamin D level to 26 after it was only 12. And he still has, several points to go to get to 33. And he's feeling so much better. So anyway, please call your doctor's office, ask to get your lab work done. Sign into your patient portal and review it and print it out for yourself. Print it out so you can look at it, you can circle and you can, highlight, and you can say, okay, I got to work on this and I don't understand that. Let me look this up on, WebMD or, the medical journal, wherever you, feel is most competent for you to, review this information. Please do this. I'm asking you, please do it, okay? Because people are leaving here unnecessarily. People are leaving here and they don't even know that they've got something going on that they could have, possibly corrected. I had a cousin just pass away. He'd been vegan all of his life. His mother was vegan and she turned him on to veganism. He was vegan all of his life. He passed away in November and he was 61 or 62. But he'd been vegan, slim, all his life, and he had a stroke. He came home and, everyone thought, oh, he's doing just fine. And then he wasn't here anymore. Anyway, I hope y'all will get that done because it's important. Like I said, people are leaving here and I can't help but to think something could have been done. Something might have been missed, and it could have been something that could have been turned around. Like I said, a deficiency in iron will cause a person to have a stroke. You don't have enough oxygenated blood getting to the brain. Anyway, I really didn't come to talk about all of that. I was actually saving all of that for another video. And the crux of what I was talking about, I still can't talk about because, like I said, that's not really my testimony to tell. When that person wants to come forth, if they want to come forth, we will talk about it then. But, some things you can't talk about for, what do we say? What is it that people say when they can't talk about something? I've been advised not to. Yes, so anyway, so like I said, I didn't come here to talk about all that. I just came in to check in and say hello. And then I wanted to share some of my favorite products from 2024 that I'm taking into 2025 with me. I don't know about you, but I have an issue with my ears. So I got this little contraption here. I have an issue with my ears and my throat. When I wake up some mornings or sometimes in the middle of the night, I'm making the skunk noises. Making the camel noises because the inside of my ear itches and I'm digging in my ears with Q-tips and, I've been to the doctor for it and they're like, your ears look really dry and are you using a lot of Q-tips? And I'm like, yeah, because it itches in there. And they're telling me that because I'm always cleaning the wax out of my ear, there's no moisturization in my ear because I'm always cleaning the wax out. And you're supposed to have some wax in your ear, and they say there's no wax in my ear, and that's why my ear and my eardrum, that little skinny, thin piece of skin, is very dry in my ear. And they said you need to have some wax in your ear, so lay off the Q-tips, but I can't because it itches, so I have to. So I don't know that this is any better, but let me tell you about this product right here. It is called Headot, Headot. Headot. See? This thing right here could have some things happen to you, okay? It'll make you scream. It might make you run. Wait a minute, I'm trying to open this fan. It is so hot up here. I want to go downstairs and turn the heat off, but it'll be freezing down there if I do. But I need it to be cold when I sleep because I can't sleep in the heat. I just can't. I cannot. Oh, vitamin D and hot flashes. When my vitamin D is low, the hot flashes increase. That's something that I learned. That's another reason why you need to get your vitamin D checked, because again, vitamin D is really not a vitamin. It's more of a hormone. And when that vitamin D hormone is low, at least for me, it causes me to have an increase in hot flashes. I'm talking about, and they usually come in the evening. And these hot flashes will start like around 7 p.m. And I'll get like 7 or 8 hot flashes within a 3-hour period. That doesn't include the time while I'm asleep and I'm waking up, kicking the covers off, and I'm drenched, I'm soaking wet, and I got to get up, I got to get a shower. And there's times where I've had to take 2 showers before daybreak because I was just soaking wet and just drenched in sweat. So check that vitamin D. It could be the culprit of why you're having so many hot flashes. You know, a few hot flashes here and there, but if you're having a lot, it could be a vitamin D deficiency. It could be. I don't know. I'm just saying. That's what it seems to be for me. I'm just telling you what I got going on. So, but anyway, this little bad boy right here, okay, what do I tell you about it? Okay, it's got a little port right here where you can charge it up, okay? You take your little cord, you plug it in there, and then you plug the other end into the outlet there. This screws off, right? You take this off, and it's got these 2 tubes in it, right? On here, where is it? Okay. Okay, so here it says clean. Over here it says sewage. You put the tubes on the clean side because you're going to take some water. I'm going to show you how it works. You're going to take some water and pour it on the clean side. And you want to use bottled water or sterile water, okay? You don't want to cause any type of amoebic infections or anything like that in your ear. So you want some sterile water or some boiled water, distilled water, something like that, okay? So you're going to pour the water in here up to the fill line. Uh-oh. And it should be warm water. And I'm going to tell you why it should be warm water. It should be warm water because cold water is going to make you dizzy. Your sense of balance comes from your inner ear. And there's a slight amount of fluid in your inner ear that provides you the balance that you have when you walk. When there's a disturbance of that fluid, whether you get more water in your ear than you should have, or you get cold water in your ear, it will cause your equilibrium, your balance to be off, and you'll be dizzy. you could fall. All right. So don't use cold water, use warm water. And even warm water, just water period, can make you dizzy with this thing. Okay. This is what they would use in a doctor's office. They would use something similar to this in the doctor's office. But they've made it so that you can purchase it and use it in the confines and comfort of your own home. So then you put this back on, it just twists back on. It just twists back on. Okay. And then, see here? See this little cone right here? It has, I don't think you can see it. There's 3 little tiny holes in the top of that cone, okay? And they send you, oh, doggone it, I dropped them on the floor. All right, so there's 3 here. There's 1 there. That's 4, 5, 6. They sent me 6 altogether. I dropped 1 on the floor, 2 on the floor. So you get 6 altogether, and then you can order extras. Let me get this other one from under the desk. All right. So it took me a while to use it because I kept screaming, and I just couldn't do it. So, all right. The power button is here. You just hold it until it lights up. See, it's on. When this lights up, when that lights up, it's on. So you have soft, normal, and then you have a strong setting. Soft, normal, and strong. I like it strong, okay? And what you do is, I put this on a table or a flat surface, and this cone, the tip of this cone, goes into the ear canal, okay? And it kind of freaks you out, but let me just show you what it does, okay? When you've got your ear positioned over the cone, watch this. I hope you can see it. All right, so it's on pulse. I don't want it on pulse. Hold on. So you have soft, strong, normal, and pulse. I don't want it on pulse. I want it on strong. It's dripping off the ceiling. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. So it's not dripping on my head. Okay. So you saw the water spout up, right? So you take this, insert it into your ear, and you want to put your head horizontal. The other thing I want to show you is, see that little hole right there? The water spurts up and into your ear, and then it drains back out, and then it drains into this hole, and this hole goes into the sewage side. See where it says sewage? Okay? So, let me put the phone there. I'm going to get here, and you might be able to hear it. It feels so good, too. Oh, wait, I turned it off. Hold on. Wait, why isn't it working? Okay, it's on. And I have it on strong. Okay. All right, here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. And you might want to move your head around while it's doing its thing. And it'll, hit different points in your ear while you move your head around. But keep, your head engaged with the cup at all times. So here we go. Ooh, gosh, that feels so good. I started drooling. Wait. Hold on. Ooh. Now I'm pulsing it myself, but it will pulse for, ooh. It'll pulse for you. And if you're dizzy, just stay seated. Don't get up. It'll go away. But it does what it's supposed to do. And that is, if you've got that itchy ear thing going on, it will stop the itch. It really, really does what it's supposed to do. And so, I'm not sure how much it costs. My son got it for me. I saw one in JCPenney's, and it was $80. And I was like, I showed it to my son. I was like, I could really use that. But I know he didn't get the one at JCPenney's because we left out of the store because we were kind of in a hurry. So I think he ordered it online. Let me see if I can look it up and tell you what it costs. But the one I saw at the store, HEADOT. The one we saw at JCPenney's was $80, but I don't think this one was that expensive. HEADOT. Okay, it's on Amazon for $70, $69, and it says save $10 with coupon. So it's actually $59 with the coupon. Here. Right there. Electric earwax removal system, water-powered ear cleaning tool with irrigation flushers, 6 tips, 4 pressure settings, safe and effective for earwax buildup, flushing, and cleaning. So it's $59.99 if you apply the $10 coupon. Really good product. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. All right. So, what was the other thing I wanted to show you? Oh, this thing here. What is this? This company is called Flawless. I bought this at, I was going to say Wegmans. It wasn't Wegmans. I bought this at Walgreens. And this is one of those pedicure things for your feet. Honey, this bad boy right here will get your feet together. Okay? Together. Listen, I'm going to show you how it works. It's also one of those rechargeable things. You just plug it in here. Right there. Okay? And then you plug it into your outlet and charge it up, and you turn it on. You have a low setting, and it's got a light there, and you have a high setting. Sounds like it needs to be charged, but honey, this, I don't want to show y'all my feet for real. I don't want to show you my feet, but I'm going to show you. And if I hear you saying anything about my feet, it's gonna be me and you. Wait, hold on. Turn this around, and then I can turn it down like that. Okay. Are we good? Are we good? Wait. It's gonna move. Okay. Anyway. Can you see my feet? Can you see my feet? What is that? Oh, that's the desk. Hold on. Okay, so there we go. Uh-oh. All right. So you turn it on, right? And don't say nothing about my feet. They need some attention, especially right here. Okay? But you turn this baby on, and I mean, it cleans up everything on your feet. And there's a very, very hard and coarse one, and then there's a softer one. But I just want to show you what happens when you use this and your feet really need it. I mean, it cleans everything off your feet, everything. And I'm going to warn you, when you use this thing, don't overuse it. Because, honey, it will clean so much off of your feet. Your feet will stick to the floor. Okay? You will have feet like a baby. Look at this. Look at the back of my hand. You see that? All that. This thing will get your feet together. Do you see the sawdust flying off of my feet? Honey, I ain't ashamed. I would be ashamed if I wasn't taking care of them. If I wasn't doing this, I would be ashamed. But I ain't ashamed because I'm getting it together. And I'm showing you how to get yours together. Look at this. Look at my hand. You see that? So you're going to have to vacuum the floor. I usually sit in the bathtub and do this. And then all I have to do is just rinse everything down. But I'm going to have to bring... The vacuum cleaner's already up here, so I have to vacuum up, my mess. But do you see? This thing will get your feet together. Look at this. I ain't ashamed. I am not ashamed. Especially when it comes to sharing something that I think is really a good product and I want other people to know about it. Now, okay, I have to stop because I can't. I got to change that. Anyway. So, ladies, get your feet together, okay? Get them together. So that they'll be nice and pink and pretty, all right? Get it together. All right. Hold on, because I still got more to show you. You know, when I find a good product, I like to share what I got. Because I'm just like that. And put your lotion on, make them all pretty and pink. Okay. See? Can you see my foot? Hold on. So it's nice and pink. It's not white and calloused over, It's soft. It feels good. So when you ask your man to rub that lotion on your feet, he not screaming. He don't have cuts and bruises on his hand, because he had to give your feet a rub down. So there you go. You have that. Okay. All right. What else? Oh, Flawless also makes a manicure pen. I love this too, because you can use this too. Let's see, is it? No, the battery's dead. Doggone it. Battery's dead, but this part here is a light, so you can see what you're doing. This is the off position. That's the on position. And it comes with these attachments here. You've got a file and a buffer. You've got 2 buffers and 3 different types of files that come with this little pen. And this is also by Flawless, same company that makes this. Okay, so go on out and get yourself one. Go on, bless yourself. Go on, bless yourself. Now, the other thing I want to show you is that I love a good fragrance, and especially for the fall and winter. I used to use Black Orchid, or I would either wear Black Orchid, Poison, or Opium. And then I couldn't find the Poison, Christian Dior Poison, so then I started wearing, no, it was the Opium. And I couldn't find the Opium that, was from back in the day. So I started wearing Poison, and I couldn't find that one, the original Poison. So I started doing the Tom Ford Black Orchid. And the Tom Ford Black Orchid, it's nice, but it is very ostentatious. It is very, it's wow. And it lasts. It lasts. So I like this new Tom Ford fragrance. This is the purse size. This one was $80. Goes in your purse. Okay. You can also have this bottle refilled. If you take it to Nordstrom's, they'll refill the bottle for you. I don't know how much for, because I haven't been back to get it refilled, but this is the purse size. Now, I had the 1.7 ounce and I had the 3.4 ounce. And if you price those, that is something I would not pay for myself. The 1.7 and the 3.4, those were gifts. So when I decided I wanted some more, I said, well, I can spend $80, but I'm not going to pay what it costs for the 1.7 and the 3.4. So I bought the one for $80. That's what I wanted to do for myself. But then, and I love Tom Ford, this is called Lost Cherry. I love this Lost Cherry fragrance. But even at $80, how can I say this? I can buy a $400 pair of shoes, but do I want to? No. If I have to pay more than $35 for a pair of shoes, I'm mad. If I have to pay more than $35 for a pair of shoes, I don't want them. I don't want to buy them. I won't even pay full price. I don't pay full price for much of anything, because it's eventually going to go on sale for something cheap. And if it doesn't, oh well. I'm not going to pay these exorbitant prices just because you can charge them. I don't buy like that. I don't shop like that. It's got to be on sale, or I got to be able to find it someplace else cheaper. Now, if it's something that I look at and I'm like, wow, that is really, really nice, I gotta have it. I got to have it. And I've only done that like twice. Once with a pair of shoes, and I paid like $200 for a pair of shoes, and this was like back in 1995 or something like that. And that was the first and the only time I ever paid $200 for a pair of shoes. And I don't have them shoes today. And then I think, oh, I bought a dress. It was a Japanese designer, and the dress was at Nordstrom's, and it was about $500, and I bought that dress. And I wore that dress. And I took that dress back to Nordstrom's. I couldn't give that, I couldn't let them have that money. You know, I wore that dress and I took it back to Nordstrom's. I sure did. Anyway, it was a Tadashi dress. Japanese designer. Anyway, it was very pretty, very pretty. So, what I was telling you about the Tom Ford, this is called Lost Cherry. Go to Nordstrom's. I think Nordstrom's is the only store that carries it outside. I think Sephora might have Lost Cherry. But it's very expensive. So what do I have for you ladies? I should get the box. I will get the box, but I'm going to show you the product first. I found a dupe. I don't do dupes because the dupes always end up smelling like alcohol. After about 15, 20 minutes, they end up smelling just like alcohol. This dupe does not smell anything like alcohol after 15, 20 minutes, not even the next morning, okay? And the fragrance is still with you. How many times have you sprayed on a fragrance and then in 8 hours you don't even smell it? Now, other people will probably smell it on you, but you don't smell it. And oftentimes, if you still smell your fragrance 8 hours later, it's probably a little too strong, a little overwhelming for other people as well. But this is not that type of fragrance. You can still smell this fragrance 8 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours later, okay? And this fragrance is to be found at Zara. This is what the bottle looks like, and it is called Cherry Smoothie. Cherry Smoothie by Zara, okay? Ooh, that dust on my, oh, that's glue from the Band-Aid. Okay, anyway, Cherry Smoothie, this is what the bottle looks like, and it smells just like Tom Ford. You know how sometimes you can get a dupe and it's slightly off a little bit, it doesn't quite smell the same, or it doesn't last as long? This lasts even longer, I think, than the Tom Ford, and the Tom Ford lasts for a long time, and I love it. Now, the price difference is dramatic. The purse size was $80. You can call this purse size. That's purse size, right? It's a little bit taller, but probably the same amount. $17. So you know I had to get 4. $17 for the cherry smoothie. Lost Cherry, $80. I'm not even going to tell you what this 1.7 and the 3.4 ounce box costs. I would not spend that kind of money on myself. I would not. But like I said, those were gifts, and that's why I got that. $80, I don't mind, especially if I really like the fragrance, and I love this fragrance. So if you like cherry, if you like Tom Ford, and it's not a childish kind of cherry, it's a grown-up, an adult cherry fragrance, okay? If you go to Nordstrom's and try out the Tom Ford Lost Cherry, and you like this, but you don't want to pay that hefty price tag, go and bless yourself. Slide on down to Zara's. Go on down to Zara's, okay? And get the cherry smoothie for $17. I want to get you the box that it comes in. But yeah, I love a good dupe. And the only reason why I say I love a good dupe is because I found a good dupe. I don't know of any other dupe of any other fragrance. There's one fragrance I would love to have, and that is Bulgari Parfum. And that fragrance hasn't been out since the late 90s. I think they finally discontinued it in like 96, 97, something like that. But if I could find a dupe for Parfum, oh, I would be so happy. That was my absolute favorite fragrance, Bulgari Parfum. So I'm going to look that up on the internet and see if I can find that one, but I'll do that later. So the other thing I wanted to show you is something very simple. Johnson's Baby Lotion. This one is the Cotton Touch. I like the Cotton Touch, and then there's another one that is honeysuckle, and just look for the Johnson's Baby Lotion that says honeysuckle. It's honeysuckle and something else. Let me tell you why I like this product. I like this product because it's so good for my hair. There's no buildup. There's no flaking. You can apply as much of this as you want. There's no buildup. There's no flaking. It doesn't smell. The fragrance doesn't change, after you put it in your hair so many times. And quite honestly, I feel like you can just reactivate it with just putting some more water in your hair. So what I do in the morning is very simple. I take my spray bottle and I spray my hair with some water, or I just put my brush under the faucet, brush my hair and wet it. So this is what I do. A little bit of water, work it in, and then I take the Johnson's cotton formula or the honeysuckle formula, and I put it all around the perimeter, and then I just brush it in. And I'm a little lazy because if you've been following my channel since I've been on YouTube, y'all know I don't mess with the middle of my hair. All I do is just brush the outside. The middle, the center will be all nappy and curly. See, you don't even know what's in here because I don't even touch that. And that's part of the reason why I think my hair grows, is because I don't mess around a lot with it. I just, spray the water, put the lotion, and I put on a banana clip or I put on a rubber band. 1 and 2, and then I put it in a bun, and not even a tight one. Just a nice, loose, soft bun. And that's it. Now let me tell you what else you can do with this. This will lay your edges down. Let me take that back. This lays my edges down, okay? I don't have my little edge brush. Y'all see my grays? When I put lotion in my hair, it's like it makes my grays disappear or something. But I want y'all to see my gray hair. I want my gray hair to, I want a full head of white hair is what I want. Okay, so if I had my little edge brush, this would go a little better, but I don't have it. But this will lay my edges down. If I want to make like some little baby hairs. And this will stay all day. And I like this because I don't like using gels, because I can remember the first time I used a gel to lay down my edges was like in 2012, 2013, something like that. And I noticed that when the gel came in contact with my nail polish, it took my nail polish off. I'm like, dang. I'm like, if that gel can remove nail polish, just imagine how it's stripping your hair. And I think that gel is why a lot of people don't have edges, because I think that stuff dissolves hair. If it can remove nail polish from your nails, I think it's dissolving hair. Because you know how you see people who their edges have all gone because of the lace fronts and the glues, and that stuff is not good for us. And I've seen people who have had issues with autoimmune diseases after using those glues and things. It's not good. I don't know if I did it right, but anyway, I can lay my edges down with this Johnson's lotion. And this only costs like $6 or $7 for almost 8 ounces. I'm sorry, this is 13.6 ounces. So that's not bad. And it lasts me for a good little while, 2 months maybe. Depends, but about 2 months. So a little water, brush it back, add the lotion, brush it back, lay my edges, put some little baby hair down there. It's going into 2025 with me. All these products I'm showing you, I found in 2024, and they are going into 2025 with me. I like these products. They're not expensive. That's what I like the most about them. I have one more product. This is the last thing. And this is called Quay. And this is found at Sephora. Quai. Quay. They have a, what do they call this? This is a hair perfume. You spray it on your hair. It smells really good. It smells like gardenia. So if you like gardenia, like I do, you'll like this. And then they have the oil. I didn't realize how much this cost, because the first time I bought it, I put it on and I was like, ooh, it's gardenia. I like that. And so I picked it up, took it to the counter, and I paid for it. And I didn't look at the price. And then I wanted some more. So my son and I, we were out shopping for Christmas. And I said, oh, I need to stop and get that oil that I like and the hairspray. And so we go in the store, and it was, it was Christmas, a couple of days before Christmas. And he's like, oh, I'll get it for you for Christmas if that's what you want. I was like, yeah, that's what I want. That's all I want. So he got it, and it was, this little bottle right here was $32. I don't remember what I think this one was $29 for the spray for your hair, but it is gardenia scented. And if you like mixing fragrances, this is a good mix and a good combination with your Tom Ford or your cherry smoothie. This comes in a little pink box. I'll go get it so you can see it if you need to see it. And then that's really it. That's all that I have to share with you. Like I said, I wanted to come in and just do a check-in and say, hi, Sawubona Mngani. And I just wanted to share some of the products that I found in 2024 that I really, really love. And I'm going to be using them in 2025 because they are reasonably priced. And I don't do product reviews where I say bad things about bad products. If I buy something and I don't like it, I won't do a review on it. I don't want to, I don't know. If I find something and it doesn't suit me, it just doesn't suit me. I don't need to make a video about it, because what might not be suitable for me might work really well for someone else. So there's no need in me, putting something bad out in the air just because I didn't like it, Somebody else might like it. So if I find a product I don't like, I just don't give it a review if I don't like it. Now, if something, detrimental or dangerous happens and I'm like, whoa, don't buy that product because let me show you what happened. This is not good. I don't mind doing that, but I haven't had any real issues like that. But it seems like a lot of people are having problems with Amazon, and I'm one of those people. Amazon, I don't know what y'all are doing, why y'all are doing what y'all are doing, but your service has really gone down. Oh, wait, here's a message. Hold on. Oh, wait, I missed all of this? Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Sassy, our healthcare system is broken. It sounds cliche, but the better you get without the formulary. Oh, shoot. Wait, hold on. Without the formulary in your pocket. Okay, I know that's right. The physicians are caught in a silk dance with the pharmaceutical industry. Amen. Amen. If they don't write them prescriptions, they can't get paid, and they have a script. They have a protocol that they have to follow. Regardless of whether that protocol is beneficial to the patient or not, they have a protocol they have to follow. If you come into the ER or into the hospital or your doctor's office presenting with this or that symptom, they have a protocol that they have to follow. They have a script they have to follow to treat whatever you got going on. And I said treat, because they're not curing nothing. Okay, yes, ma'am. I'm going to I appreciate you too so much. Thank you for being you and for living. Thank you so much, Miss Stop, Drop, and Roll On. Thank you so much. I want to just make sure I didn't miss anything else. Deficiencies are so subtle. Yeah. Yeah, I got stuck in that loop. Okay. Thank you so much, Miss Stop, Drop, and Roll On. I really do appreciate your time and you spending time with me and making your comments. Your presence is most valued here. I do appreciate anybody that came here for the live as well as anyone that comes for the replay. I do appreciate your time, and I hope that you found something or I shared something that, you know, piqued your interest and maybe you want to partake, you know. If I find anything else, I'll let you know. Other than that, I think that's about... Oh, wait, I got one more thing. I got one more thing. I forgot. I'm so hot. Oh, God. Wait a minute. Oh, ooh, Lord. Mm. Mm. I don't think this, I'm getting ready to say I don't think this is a hot flash, but it is hot up here. It's always hot up here in the wintertime. But anyway, this is my purse, right? This is my purse. But then you see that black thing there? You know what that is? You know what that is? I thought that was so cool. Let me take it off so I can show you what it is. And it's not expensive at all. But I just think it looks so cool. And you can clip it on anything. You can clip it on your jacket zipper. Well, probably not the zipper part, but you can clip it somewhere on your coat, your purse, your whatever. But I just thought this was so cool. Look at this. How do I turn it on? Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. It's a flashlight. But wait, hold on. We're not done yet. There's more. There's more, okay? This is where you charge it up, okay? But it's a flashlight. You pull this off. You plug it into your phone and you charge your phone up. Is that not cool? Okay, so maybe your phone doesn't take that kind of plug, right? So what you do is you flip this one up and then you take this one and charge your phone up. Is that not cool? And you get two of them for, I think, $12. Two. Let me look it up. Hold on. What is this called? Oh, hold on. Boundless. 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 Charger. How much is it? I don't even see it on here. I just bought it like, actually my daughter bought it for me. Boundless charger. Flash light. I can't type with this thing on my finger. Okay, now it's just bringing up flashlights. It's not even showing me chargers. But the other side was showing, let me take off the flashlight. I want to tell you this was $12 for two of these. That's what I want to tell you. It was, or maybe it was $25 for two. I think it was $25 for two. So like $12 for each one. And so when you're done charging your phone, okay, you unplug it from your phone. I'm going to flip this one back this way because that's not the one I use. I use this one for the app, for the iPhone. Okay. That's the iPhone. This one is for the Android. You see down in there? There it is. iPhone. Android, right? And so when you're done, you just put this back on like that, okay? This opens up, all you have to do is press it. Where is it? Here. You press that down and you can hook it onto your purse or whatever. And you put it back together like that. Looks like that. There's the flashlight. And the flashlight turns on here. Hold it and it turns off. Okay? And then you just charge it by plugging it in there and then plugging it into an outlet. And once it's charged, you put it back on your bag. And I love it. It's pretty quick at charging. I've seen things charge quicker, but this I thought was good. And you get two of them. There was this one, the black one, and then there was a white one. So, you know, you have two different colors that they ship you. And I really think this was a good deal. You know, you're out and about. You don't want to have to get in the car and sit and wait for your car. You got to turn your car on and plug your phone up in your car. But with this, you can just charge on the go. Now, I have another one, but I don't really like that one. I rarely even use it, but it's in my purse downstairs. But I thought that was really neat. Like I said, it's got the little flashlight here. And then there's also lighting here too. When you turn this off, then these 4 lights come on here and let you know whether you have a charge on here or not, or whether your charge is getting low. It's got 4 little lights that light up. If all 4 lights are lit, then you know you've got a good charge and it's ready to go. So, but that's what it's called, Boundless. And we got it off of Amazon, but like I said, I'm not seeing it right now, but there's a few on here, kind of, sort of. Well, I see 1, maybe 2 that's kind of, sort of like this one. The rest of them are kind of big and bulky. Or maybe they're not selling this one anymore. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, that's it. That's all I got for you. It is what time? What time is it? It is 1:36 in the a.m. and I don't believe that I'm actually still awake, because if I'm up past 9 o'clock, I'm going cross-eyed because I can't stay awake. But I can't believe I stayed awake for this live. Anyway, that's it. That's all. I'm just looking around because I want to make sure I showed you everything I was supposed to show you, because I had set this back here and I missed showing you that. So I just wanted to make sure I showed you everything. So anyway, this is I Am Everything Fresh and Sassy. Stay close, stay tuned, stay safe. Things are changing. Things are changing. And I was talking to some friends and I was telling people, I don't think people are going to be ready for this change. I don't know how many of us will make it. And that does not exclude me. You know? However, I serve a mighty and an awesome Yahweh. I serve a mighty and an awesome Yahweh, I do. But anyway, like I said, you know, when I'm not here, just know that I'm really here. I might just be off somewhere observing, watching, listening, taking note. You know? Taking note. Because when you have all your notes, because it might not just be me that's being silent. It might not be me just being quiet, you know? People can drop out of sight for a while, you know. And things could be going on in the background, but just because it's quiet don't mean that they're not cutting up. You know what I'm saying? So I watch, I listen, and as my mother say, I observe, with a B at the end. I observe. That's how my mom used to say it. I'm just observing. I'm just observing. Taking note. Yeah. Anyway, y'all have a good one. This is I Am Everything Fresh and Sassy. Stay close, stay tuned. I'll see you when I see you. Yahweh willing. Sawubona Mgani. Nanga linga langa ubupsuku. No beteng boyen visiswanu. No olo no tando. Dintanda no kimakai. Hi, my grandbabies. Grandma misses y'all so much. And I love you forever and for always. Don't let anyone tell you different.